So I decided to do episode 2 and 3 together. So I have been seeing Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared reactions and analysis or analysis on my homepage, and I was like, let me take a look at this one by Critical Positivity, and it's an hour and 30 minutes. I have a lot of chores and packing to do, so the time doesn't really bother me. But I wanted to bring up what he said about episode 2 and 3. So 2 was about time, and I felt like the lesson behind that is that a lot of people like stress out about death or the time that they have on the earth, or vice versa, act like it's not important and just like don't live in the moment, or vice versa, live too far in the future. Some people are like, I have all the time in the world and I'll just enjoy what I'm doing right now. But as a saying from or even in the past, like just in general, time dwelling on things wastes and eats up your time. If you dwell on the past, you're eating up your time in the future, thinking of what you did wrong or what's gonna be difficult or how it's still affecting you. And sure, some things you need to dwell on, like your mistakes and how to correct them and XYZ. But being in the present is about enjoying what you're doing and, living each moment. And then for the future, living in the future is like, oh, I want to get this job in 5 years, and just going through the motions and not really thinking of enjoying the moment. Like, oh, I need a job. I'm going to improve my job in 5 years, so I'm just going to like go through this because I have to. Even for me at college, for the first 2 years, I was like, okay, I know I need to finish college to get out of here and get into like my career, so I'm just gonna not pay attention, not participate, not do anything, and enjoy the independence I have at college. But the main thing is that the lesson at the end is that time wait hold on the what is him well people end up calling him Tony the Clock, but Tony says, watch it go around like a merry-go-round, going so fast like a merry-go-round. Things end up going by really fast. Like for me, I can still remember things that happened to me in elementary school and middle school, but I felt like all the time, either sitting in class or waiting to go on a road trip and get to the destination, it's so slow and I just wanted to go faster. And then when I want things to speed up, afterwards, I wanted to slow down, or I wish I would have lived in the moment. So I feel like that's one way that you could look at it, and that's one lesson I took from it. But also, a lot of articles and just opinionated people are like, oh, time isn't really real, it's an illusion, and kind of pointing out what Duckus was saying, that time isn't real and it's an illusion, and that, well, if like he can figure out the answer, if anyone can figure out the answer, that means we don't have to run by time. We don't have to like live by time's like chokehold. And I want to bring up what BoJack Horseman the series brings up, and I think the mom says it's particularly like at first, but time arrows marches forward. It was either BoJack's grandma or grandpa who said time's arrow never stays still, it marches forward. So even if we eradicated, and that would be hard, because then how would we keep track of things, keep track of time and what to do. But if hypothetically, in this hypothetical situation that people are like, oh, time is just a chokehold, then how would we end up marking each day? How would we mark the hours and what to do and how to get to appointments on time and XYZ 1, 2, 3? Like, let's just assume they mean the act of telling time on a clock or a watch. But then even time is like the passing of time for like days and weeks and years. Would that have to change too because the hours change? So that's just a lot to think of. And now I want to bring up something that Critical Positivity said about the third episode about love. So I'm gonna play this and wait until it gets to it. Or hold on, it might be too far. Nope. Yeah, it is too far. Okay. So I think it's right here.